YouTube, how you guys doing? Today I'll be doing a review of the iPod Shuffle, and this might just be the shortest review I've done on my channel. To put it, just to sum everything up, it costs £39, or at least in the UK anyway. Comes in about 5 different colours, holds up to 500 songs. It only comes in one version, 2GB, and that's it. Some of you may be wondering, well, why do I need an iPod Shuffle? You've already got an iPhone presumably, you've got an iPad, or you've got an iPod Touch. So you're thinking, why should I get an iPod Shuffle? What's the point? The point is, it's an entry-level system. It's an entry-level device, so it's something that you would have just to sort of kick about. If you've got an iPhone, you might not want to use all that power. You might, say you're on a train and you've got 10% of battery left or 20% of battery left, and you want to listen to music. And if you were to listen to music on your iPhone, that battery is going to drain, no matter if you like it or not. So you might as well have an iPod Shuffle on the side and listen to music that way. Or if you're going out jogging or you're exercising, cycling, whatever, then it's really good to sort of have this and clip it onto the side rather than having your iPhone on the side. Although the iPhone is better when it comes to cycling if you've got a bike mount like I have. So what I'm trying to say is, the iPod Shuffle, there is definitely still a market for it, even although the MP3 player market is kind of coming to its end. But yeah, I mean, Apple still tend to make money no matter what. The third generation, I had it, the buttonless one, it was fine, but I sort of sold it a month later because I wasn't using it. Now they've come back to this fourth generation is pretty much what you would find on the second generation, plus they've got the voiceover as they had in the third generation. So they've taken features from both previous generations and combined into the one. So it's really not a revolutionary product, it's just they've done what they've done previously. And although the enclosure on this is much better. Definitely when you're holding it, it's a premium feel to this, there's no doubt about it. In terms of gripping and clipping this onto your pocket, I think the previous generation, the second generation, had a better, in terms of clipping it on, it had a much more better grip on it. And by that I mean is when you sort of try to open the clip, your fingers do run along it. And here I have an example of, well, this is technically a second generation iPod Shuffle, but it's kind of modded by a Chinese company to add a camera on it and so on, but the enclosure is exactly the same. So it's a better grip with the plastic one. You see my fingers aren't really slipping. So I prefer that kind of thing, because the last thing I want to be doing is, putting this on and then having, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this something that's going to bother you? It's something definitely I noticed when I was trying to use it over the past few hours. Yeah, I mean, the form factor, it is, in terms of height, it is bigger than the second generation. In terms of the width and the depth, it is definitely very thin. I mean, in terms of a comparison, here it is here, side by side. And as you can see, the new generation is much thinner. In terms of audio playback, you're getting up to 15 hours. The second generation Shuffle had up to 12 hours, so you're essentially getting more. In terms of charging, how long it's going to take to charge, it's going to take 3 hours for a full charge, whereas the previous second generation took about 4 hours, so an hour more. But yeah, I mean, if you are in the market for a music player, or even if you have an iPod Touch or an iPod or an iPad, and you're thinking, should I go for it? I mean, it's the sort of thing that you would just have on the side anyway. Again, it's just so cheap, you would, it's ideal for commuting and so on, no need to worry. And no, it's not a sort of device that I would get a case for an invisible shield, zag and so on. Bit of an overkill for an entry-level device, or at least in my opinion. Yes, for all the other accessories that's fine, but not for something so cheap. But by cheap, I'm not talking about quality, I'm talking about the price. But overall, a very premium feel, and this is definitely a very nice music player in your pocket or on your sleeve, as Apple advertises. Guys, that's it about for this review. Have you picked one up? What colour did you pick up? How much did you pay for it? Did you get it off eBay, or is it available in your local store? What do you think, in terms of comparing it to previous generations? Do you think this is a good contender? Do you think this is the best one, or do you think the previous generations were better? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.